Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Vicki. These are some doilies that I had made in a previous video that I said I would show you. These are the dies that I used. These are old scrapbook paper that I didn't like, you know, the ones you don't know what to do with. They can make nice doilies, any other die cut that you have. When you cut it into a shape, it's not what you were originally looking at. So I just wanted to show these. This one was a bunch of letters, a bunch of alphabetic letters on there. And you can see it doesn't look like that. It looks kind of cool. This one wasn't a really bad paper, but, you know, not something that fits in junk journal world necessarily. As is this. This almost looks camo here. I have that. This was some kind of a stripe thing. This was a bunch of little rectangular things. So, and then depending on how you position the die on there as to what you actually get. Like these with a lot of center, you could center that over something. This one centered correctly. You could, you know, so whatever. So I just wanted to show those. And those will just go in my little container of dies, of doilies, I mean, excuse me. There we go. These will be put away for another day. When I get out I used a Big Shot where you crank the thing. Some people have a Cricut or some other cutting thing. So I'm going to work on this. This one is kind of replicating one in the last video. I didn't like the way the other one turned out. So on this one, I had taken the piece of paper and I just glued separately. The other one, I just glued two sheets together, but it was so thick, it wasn't, you know, great. So sometimes when you're using thicker paper, it's better to glue things on separate to stay away from the middle part. So I already sewed it together because I didn't want to take all the time. Because I think I sewed the last one together in the video. And I have other videos on stitching together the 3 pamphlet stitch. So this is what I have. I had that paper. And I found these for the signature. Most of these I printed from my digital scrapbooking folder, from papers I've had for years. This one was from a kit probably. Don't know whose kit. This was from paper I dyed. This was from the scrapbook paper, as was, I'm pretty sure, that. I bought this pack of doilies with bright colors, and that one worked well here. So then I have that, and I used these for the pockets. This was a bright yellow, and I just inked it down a little bit. So I do have a few things that I pulled together. This was from Paulette Slater, TLC on Facebook. She gives out a lot of freebies. So that was from there. I thought this looked really nice on this page, so I'm going to make that tuck. I mean a belly band. I could do a tuck, but I'm going to just do belly band. And because this is usually my hardest page just to start, so I'm going to go ahead and just glue that down. Hopefully my glue is clear. I haven't glued in a while, and it doesn't take long for these to stop up. I don't think I've inked this. Let me lay that down while I'm going to ink. I think I'm going to use the ground espresso. It just seems like this might need a darker edge. And I'm not going to round the corners. I like to round corners, but not on this. I at least don't want the white to show through either. So that's that. I'm just going to put this one down. I kind of pre-assembled some things just to get it going. Some people don't like to watch a bunch of looking around for things, but I watch a lot of people that do that. So, I mean, it's my channel. If I want to look around for things, I guess I can. But I don't want to be too, you know, not together. I want to be somewhat together. So, there's that. I'm going to cover that because I don't know what I'm going to do next. Okay, I had this that was a nice color. So again, you just take and tone it down as much or as little as you'd like. And this too could be a nice belly band or a tuck. This one I might use as a tuck. Let me add a little bit of the darker and see how that looks. And of course I will decorate this as well. So don't think that it's gonna just be that. So if you don't think your inking looks, you know, great, remember you will be adding things on here, so. I don't even know if I'm gonna glue this in today, we'll see. I may look to decorate it first. I really don't have to, I could just glue it in. Sometimes I like to be sure of where something's gonna go. Okay, I have that. Let's see what I have here. These could be from Paulette Slater, or they could be from Edith Scrapbooking with Me. This is probably Edith, I'm thinking. But yeah, the birds kind of look very similar. I found a lot of the red and black, the yellow and black birds. So, you know, that could go there, but I'm not going to. This is going to have to be backed. So what I did was, I did back a bunch. This one was printed out long. I just folded it in half and glued it together, and that's just the right strength, and it's the right shade of green. See, that was my problem, finding the right shade of green. This was something I pulled out of my stash. I thought it worked well. It was just some kind of a pocket thing that I made a long time ago. And these, I just wanted to show them to you, since I didn't, you know, actually make them in front of you. These are pieces of heavy cardstock things, junk mail, different things that I have saved. And that's what I used on these, so. And this, I'm not sure. I have to look these up to see where I got them. And just trim that off, and there you have it. Now this was a little shiny. I think I did take my sanding block and kind of went over it just to take down that shine. It's still slick, but it's not as glossy, so it might be fine. So we'll put that one there. This was from the kit. I actually had to take and stretch it. That's why that looks so stretched. Because I had to fit it in a piece of something I was printing. I don't like to waste spots in the paper. So you have your 8.5 by 11. I print labels for my granddaughters. They have some app that they sell stuff on, like their clothing, shoes, purses, something for young people. So they'll email me the label, and I have to print it out because their printer isn't so great. So when I'm doing the thing, it's only in like one corner if I only have one. So I got to fill the rest. So this was probably a small area. And I'll put something there that'll hide that, so that won't be a bother. This was not slick, so that one was fine. This one was scrapbook paper I glued together. That scrapbook paper that you just don't see a use for. I glue it together and make some, you know, backings. But I had in my closet over there a little box full of things that I hadn't been using because I was making these. That would be stuff like this. I had saved all those that I made round the corner. This one slick. I kind of sanded that a little. Some of them you can only sand so much. You know, you don't want to get down too far. You just want to take that slickness off. And then if you may want to glue some other stuff on there. Don't know if I will or not. Cross that bridge when I come to it. Then these were kind of curled, so I had them under heavy stuff. My pressing station. See, you can kind of see the writing through there, but you can't tell what it is, so it really looks kind of cool. Nothing, if it bothers you, you know, you can put labels and do whatever, but that, I think, came with that. This is possibly from Pam at the Paper Outpost. I bought some kits that were bird kits, and you see, they just matched up so well. So this, just trying to line this up. Oh, not quite. Slide it over. Close enough. This was some more backing, but it was so cute. It's like, can I use that? Some people cover them. They just use it for the, you know, the stiffness. But I'd like to use that if I can. Possibly from Edith. Here's another scrapbook paper one. So, try to rush through this. These, I believe, were from Edith. I think that was one of her freebies. Scrapbooking with me. You have to be subscribed to her YouTube channel and her daughter Melina's channel, and you can have the freebies. That's her only requirement. I'm pretty sure both of those were from her. What else? Is that it? Looks like. Looks like, okay. So let me get rid of that. I watch people that just work with that there. You know. So I have these. I have some other things that I just pulled together. This was a book page. Roll it into a tube and fold it like that, and you have little pockets, and then put a little baby one there. These were just some old things I had that were going to work. This is a card. This was the first thing I found. I was like, oh my gosh. So, I guess that's a popular bird. I don't even know what it is. Goldfinch. It's a goldfinch. These are just things that are going to work in here. I finally got to go through my stash. I have these, a few of these, not that many. Oh, stuff I made a while ago. So now to find a place to put them in here. I'm sure it's not going to be enough stuff, so I'll be making things as I go to put in here. let me see. Do I have anything that's available to just slide right in there? Possibly something not big enough. I need something wider. Well, maybe something like that. I am going to nip the corners. I'll use the big one. I like my corners rounded, so it doesn't look like just some square blob. Looks a little more professional. Not that we want everything to look professional, but sometimes those sharp corners, especially on this stuff, could be pretty sharp. So there. Maybe I can put some of these in there. Let us ink the back. I can actually draw some lines or stencil or something on the back. Let's just do some little a lot of times we do it this way so that, you know, it goes in, slides in easy. Just checking. Let me see. How about a card? That would look cute. And I'm just going to leave these corners because it looks, you know, kind of squared off. So this one I'll let go. You can see the paper through that, but I will stencil something on there at some point. Okay, and this one I think looks like I only glued it to there, so it's not, you know, a super deep pocket. And I'll find something for that eventually. Let's see. That's as deep as it goes, so. Okay. So we've got a belly band. We don't want another belly band right there. What have I got? How about that? I'm thinking this is from a daisy kit. I'm just going to score this to make it easier for me to fold it down. Just checking that. I just never know how to line it up on here. Okay. I'm thinking that that other tag possibly maybe went with that. I'm not sure. Just fold these back. Now, if you don't think this is secure enough, you can put some washi tape, something there. I don't think I will. I'm looking for my bone folder. Of course, it was underneath something as usual. Just to get this pressed flat. I think it'll be fine. This is probably 28-pound paper. I like to print pockets and tags on the heavier paper so that I don't have to be concerned about. Okay, I want those down and that over top. I think that could go there because then it looks good with that. Let's do it. Let us do that. I don't want to rush through making this because I'm probably going to have to make some things. So when I find something I want to make, then we'll make it on a video and then I'll add it. And the book will be done when it's done. I mean, I have several books sitting up there on the shelf that have been started, and I just add to them as I go when I get something. So, because I've watched people making journals and they'll just sit, they'll have it done in like 2 or 3 videos. It's like, that's fine. It's just not what I want to do. I don't think I'm going to put that in there. I don't know. I could down the road. Okay, these are tags and things, so let's just separate them right from the start. Ooh, there's that. That looks cute there. I would probably do it this way, and then that's a tuck pocket. Now this could be glued down 2 ways. You could glue it, well, 3 ways. You could do side to side in here and make a pocket. You could here, make it a belly band pocket. You could put it in the corner if you wanted and have that be a corner tuck. I think I'm just going to glue it right here, smack dab in the middle. And I may stamp some stuff on there later. It's possible. Now, what am I going to do? I think I'm going to go here, here, and here and leave it to go there. I don't know why, I just thought I would. For something different. I like that different thing, so that we don't have the same old, same old. Okay. Was that how I was doing that? Yes. Pretty sure I was. I'm just going to put it right here. Let that grab. Where? Oh, I need a new one. These are peeled off napkins. You know, instead of just throwing them away, I mean, that was, had it. They have uses, and this is one. You could probably stamp on them, glue them on top of something too, you know. There's ideas. Okay, let me go back here just to take a peek. I want to put that one here, so I don't want to do the same old thing. But that would look cute here. Get another tag. Here's a bag. I don't know where I got that. This is old. It's a little bag. Let us put that right here. Kind of goes right with that page. I don't know if this is inked or not. It's kind of looking like not. I mean, you can make your own little bags if you had a stamp that you could stamp and then just fold it around like an envelope or a little bag. You can make those yourself. I'm just going to glue this one on. This is a small journal and I don't want a bunch of you know, thick stuff in here. I'm just going to use a glue stick. So let's just close this up so that nothing happens. You know how that goes. And this will be a cute little spot to tuck stuff in. Doesn't have to be a tag. You can put little bits of pieces of things that you might find in a little bag. Just going to put it down here. Sometimes these are just too fragile to try to make another tuck space, but you could go in the side. That would have been fine, but I don't want it to be too thick, you know, when it's this small of a journal. Oh, come back. Something else I pulled out of my stash. When you're looking for interesting things to tuck into pockets, I really don't have a whole lot of pages here. Let me do a belly band, maybe here. This would look nice on a yellow or next to a yellow. Let's see what I have. Any more yellows? Of course, we can spread our yellow around. It doesn't have to be anything in particular. I'm just gonna put this one here. That's what I'm gonna do. Can't think too much. So when you're doing a small journal like this, they do go together pretty quickly. Then if you have made a bunch of ephemera ahead of time, which I used to do that, but I don't do it anymore, rarely. Because then I had boxes of it and I'm like, oh. Then you start looking at it, I don't really like this anymore. It doesn't look right. You know, when you first start out, some of your stuff is questionable. But you can fix it. Everything's fixable. Kind of redo it, rework it, make it fit what you want it to be. I'm just eyeballing this. I don't really get out and measure things. I want to make this kind of flat because if they're too loose, your things fall out. Of course, then you have to go to thicker things. Okay, we got that one. I don't really like that together at all, but this would be kind of cute. Let me see. Not necessarily. It could go somewhere else. Let me find a spot. I don't want it opposite the green. How about here? So that means I've got to nip some of it off. Sometimes you gotta. Let me take a little more. I don't have to have it right up to the top of the page. I mean, I really don't. Okay, this I'm going to make it a side pocket. Do I want to put it here? Well, now that I'm looking at it, I don't like it with that so much. Might put it here. Here. That way you're going to slide in here. Actually, let's go ahead and make a finger pull. That way everyone knows what it is. They don't have to guess or just not know. Because even though you stick something in there, they may pull it out and set it aside and then forget. And, you know, just never know. Okie doke. Let's put that in there. So, we are so thankful for our junk mail. You can use the envelopes just for a base. It saves your paper. And some of them are pretty thick enough that you don't need to put a lot of backing to it. I'm gonna lift this up a bit. Make sure you don't get that too far in there. I think that's good. I'm just gonna do this and hope it doesn't stick together. Well, now we see that, so I think a pocket will cover that and be just fine. Some stenciling. Okay, good enough. Oh, what else? Well, I could put a belly band here, right here. And that's where it's gonna go. I mean, this journal is small enough you could use it for, you know, to record a vacation. A particular event. Or just add into it daily. Like I said, I'm not one to journal, so I journal with photographs. That's my journaling. I take pictures and that's what I have to remember. Okay. There's no right or wrong, but that flower's going that way, so we're gonna just put it there. Spread it down so it's tight. As tight as you can get it anyway. Because I've had loose belly bands. It's like, oh no. Then you gotta stuff a lot of things in there just to get it up. Now let's see, we've got that. That might look cute by that one page. I'm thinking, do I want to do a stencil there? Oh, let me look at my stencils that I never put away. They're all sitting over here. What have I got? Just that. No, I do like my leaf. They're so big. I don't know if I have any small ones. I might, somewhere. So let's just choose something out of here. Let's just go with little dots. And that looks brown to me. So I'm just going to light in some spots, dark in others. Hold it firmly or tape it down. And you can look, see what you got. I'll get near the edge. Okay. We know the thing's going to be there, so now let's go over here. Just kind of keep checking. Doesn't have to all be even, and it shouldn't be even. We don't want it to be even. So it looks, you know, planned, commercial. Perfect. All right. So you can glue it all the way down, or you can glue here, here, and here, and get a tag that's going to only be able to be like that wide. Or you can just glue the bottom and let it be a kind of a tuck thing. I'm thinking I'm just going to glue like halfway I'm gonna do halfway and see. It may not matter. I may still have a narrow tag to put, but you know, it's the option. You can put something in there, you don't have to. But this way it's, you know, got three sides kind of secured down. You can use book page, any kind of paper to make these. But people are always looking for ways to use their book page. This came out of my son-in-law, a math book. So his math lives on. Not that you can make much of it, but you see you can, you know, pretty much. Okay, the rest of this looks kind of like tags. So I'm just going to be needing pockets maybe and that sort of thing. This could do a number of things. You could do a fold over. Let's see if I even have a spot to fold over. You'd have to cover that, of course. You could glue one side as a pocket and one side flips. You could glue it like this if you sacrifice some, which you could, it's just leaves, and make a flip up pocket, which could be what I'm going to do. Let me see. Let me find a spot. Maybe right here. So I need to take off a smidge. I'm going to take that smidge, I think from this end, because there's a lot. I don't want to get too close to the birds. Let's see. Nah, a little more. I don't want it to be tight. There you go. So, let's see. This goes here. I gotta think about this. What am I gonna do here? You know, I may stencil that or stamp it or something. Let's see where we're at. Okay, I think we've probably done enough for today. I will put together some other things. Might need to back that and think about it and get some things stamped if I'm going to stamp. Some stuff that I don't need to do on screen. So, because all my thinking can take a long time. I can come in here and sit here for hours doing things, and it's not even that much accomplished, but it takes time to go looking for things. So I think we did quite a bit today. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're enjoying these folios, because they're very cute, functional, not too big. So I will make this in parts. This will be, I don't know if I'm going to call it part 1 or 2, because I think this was on another video. And I will stick the other journal. I don't see it around here. It's probably on the shelf. I will stick that journal in the playlist. It will be in a playlist if you want to, you know, see all the videos together. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to click like and subscribe, that would be appreciated. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a nice day, everyone.